You're all
Good.
smiles. We're yet to start a video without talking over each other.
We haven't got that down pat just yet. But yeah, I got coffee, so of course I'm smiling. What is that? Have you got a giant straw to your chocolate milk?
It's a cup of tea.
Oh. Do you leave the tea bag in or do you take it out?
Has to be taken out.
Oh, see, I'm an extra tea bagger.
Yeah, I wear two. I put two in.
Uh-huh.
And they're extra strong bags, so
Yep.
I doubled down on the extra strong, and
You
then I
double
leave it in
teabag,
there
yep.
until it's. I'll leave it in there until it's really strong.
Uh-huh.
But I have to take it out.
Oh, see, I'm a double tea bagger too, but I leave my tea bags in.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. It's the same rationale that I don't climb into a swimming pool with a creepy crawly in there. I don't dive into a cup of tea with tea bags in there.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, I wouldn't want to get into a pool with shit in there as well, to be honest with you.
But this is it's now a cold cup of tea, so.
I love that contraption.
It's
I love
theatrical.
it. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not overly environmentally friendly, but I still appreciate the effort.
It's paper.
Paper straws. Yeah. You could be right there.
I've just got to make sure it's balanced. Okay. Anyway, fucking hell.
Yeah.
We need to really start off with the important stuff. There's one thing, a pressing issue that needs to be discussed before anything else.
Oh God, I'm in trouble.
No, fried chicken shapes.
Oh my God, you were right.
Are these not the most incredible things?
I'm happy to finally admit this. You were right.
It's not about that. It's about just this thing that exists that will quench any KFC urge in the bud.
So here's the story. I do all of my grocery shopping through click and collect, so I don't have to go into the store with my 4,000 children. It's just too hard. But you know what? We decided to make a day of it the other day and do our shopping and just put ourselves through hell. And I saw them and I'm just like, Glenn said they taste like KFC. We've got to try them. So we picked up a box and hubby took a few bites and he's just like, oh my God, these actually do taste like KFC. And he's not one to bullshit. So I'm like, oh, okay. I sat down today with my cup of tea and I hoed into a few and I'm just like,
no, that was my reaction. That was my reaction. Yes, and for people that have not had this discovery yet, do it. But also, I sent you photos. I actually crumbed chicken in these things.
Brilliant. Genius.
Tasted like KFC.
Genius. I'm trying that.
Yeah, do it. And wait, have you gotten to the end of a box yet?
No, not yet. I hoed into a lot of them. I had to stop myself.
That seasoning at the bottom. Oh. Yeah. You could just bathe in it.
Yeah, I wanted to I couldn't shove them into my face fast enough. I
went through so many boxes and I had to stop. No, do not buy any more.
Oh my God. I was still tasting it in my teeth, a couple of hours. Just, I don't believe in God, but if I did, this would be his creation,
Same page. Anyway, we had to really address that. That was the elephant in the room.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. I appreciate that because, you brought something to my life apart from the podcast that is just pure brilliant.
Well, I'm not done yet.
Oh. So here's another story, right?
Yeah.
We were doing our grocery shopping and I walked past the spam aisle. I'm like, do I? Do I? And I'm just like, I just can't bring myself to do it. I can't. I'm sorry.
That's all right. But hey, I didn't lead you astray with the shapes. I can tell you
no.
the fried spam is bacon. It's.
I mean, one day I might. I might.
All good. We won't push
baby fried chicken barbecue shaped steps.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I found a really funny meme today.
Okay.
That I feel like you'll appreciate. and I appreciate because it mixes like two of our loves. One of them is my love of Arnie and Jamie Lee Curtis, and the other one is yours of horror movies. And it was Jamie Lee Curtis in her True Lies pole dancing scene, and then Michael Myers in the window going like this in the window. And I just had a real giggle at that, and I thought you would appreciate it too.
Yeah, I think I saw the same one, and she's doing the rounds at the moment with her Halloween costume because she dressed up as her mum from Psycho.
I saw that. How cute was that? So nice.
Great. It was great.
So nice. I love her. Oh my God.
Yeah, she's good. You know, her legs used to be insured for $1 million.
Yeah, well, yep. She should be insured for more than that. Reusable straws, everybody. Yeah, no, she's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Even now, I still think she's gorgeous.
Well, we may as well just stay on the horror for a moment because we are doing the month of Halloween. Have you had any chance to watch anything Halloween-y since we last spoke?
We were going to watch Casper last night, but the boys ended up being quite feral, so we sent them to bed
You've had the best week with your boys.
I mean, had to leave work early.
I have to tell people, like, they got their hands on the permanent texters markers for people outside of Australia and completely scribbled their faces, bodies, but faces. Like, that was the shocking part. Faces. Yep. Like, they would be cancelled if they were on Hey Hey It's Saturday.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's what it looked like. Hilarious. Wow.
So it was a week. It was a week. And then I decided to treat myself and sit down for 5 minutes, and they were being quiet. And I'm like, oh, cool. They've managed to occupy themselves. They'd managed to find a permanent texter, a permanent marker, and head to toe, they were covered in it. You could smell them from the other room, like it was that thick.
In retrospect, you're going to look back on it and piss yourself. I'm sure you already kind of do, but
I mean, I did that day.
the greatest moment, and I don't want to like dive into your personal life too much on these videos, but I have to. In this video you posted, they've all scribbled themselves in, but your littlest guy, your little tacker, at first had nothing on his face. And he runs away. And when you go looking for him and he pops his head behind the bed, he's covered. He took that time to do it.
So they're actually different kids. They look...
Really?
Yeah, they look really, really similar. But
wow.
In retrospect, the little one did run away and did go find a pencil and lick it so it was wet and draw on his face. So he just didn't get to the texter. So you are right, but they were different kids. Yeah,
it was a timing of the video because he ran away and then you went looking for him. And, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I can see how that edit there could confuse, but yeah, no,
hilarious.
I mean, I managed to get it off their faces, but when did they do that? A couple of days ago. They still have black ink on their bodies and their legs. I've tried everything and nothing is working. Yep.
Time will.
So they'll go to daycare tomorrow, and I'll have to explain that just so they know it was at home and not here and not at daycare. Yeah.
Man, there's got to be some kind of joke in there, but I'll leave that. What are we drinking from? Is that the pastel ferns?
It's pastel, but it's Aussie Natives, my favorite.
Yeah, that doesn't have a ring to it, does it?
No,
like you
not
wouldn't
like pastel ferns.
No, you wouldn't have a fan called Pastel Aussie Natives.
No.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about movies. We're probably 10 minutes into this and haven't really done what we come here to do.
Classic.
But yeah, Halloween stuff. So some horror things. Did you see the new Scream trailer? That actually dropped before last week's episode.
It's got Courtney Cox and Nev Campbell in it again.
And David Arquette. Yeah.
Really? There you go.
Yeah. So the team are back. And there's obviously a whole new generation as well. I've never been a massive fan of Scream, I'll be honest with you. 1, 2, 3, or 4. So I'm not that excited about this, but the fans that do love it have reason to be excited because it does look like it's cut from the same cloth as that original one.
I mean, if it's going back to the original one, I think it would be really interesting to watch. I have seen the original one a long, long time ago, but I saw like a movie poster pop up today, on my feed, and it was, I don't know what Scream it was, but it had Tyra Banks in it.
Yeah, that would be number 3, I think.
Oh, what piece
Number
of
2 had Jada
shit was
Pinkett.
that?
Yeah. Look, I'm just not a fan of the series. Even the first one, I love Wes Craven, and he created Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger. He's an icon of horror. That's just one of many films he's created that are great. But Scream to me just felt like he was cashing in on somebody else's legacy. Like John Carpenter had been there, done that with his Halloween franchise, and the slasher had been well established. And Wes Craven at that point was known for creating new things, like sort of pioneering new subgenres, and to just sort of jump on the bandwagon of slasher felt a bit cheap for me. But
Fair enough.
The first movie kind of works if you're not that big into the the Halloweens and things like that. It's a new generation thing, I think.
I mean, it's the whole thing with the mask, isn't it? Anything where you can't see their faces is going to be scary. And then chasing around teenagers, it's just something that spoke to that time.
Yeah, but the other thing too, that's the other thing I don't like about Scream is I don't like the mask. I don't think Ghostface is a scary killer.
No, I don't think so, because I don't associate it with Scream, to be completely honest with you. I associate it with a scary movie. And I don't think I would be alone in that. Because I now associate it with what's up? That guy. Yeah. That's what I associate it with. I don't think I'm alone in that, but
Which
you're right.
What's
it's not
up,
scary.
That What's Up was from a commercial that they were making fun of. So it's
exactly.
tenfold,
Yeah. Whereas Michael Myers, that dude's scary.
I think the simpler you make a killer's mask in a movie, the scarier it is.
Yeah.
Just go plain. Like that Halloween mask most people know was a William Shatner mask that they just sort of dumbed down. They painted over it, and
that's why it looks so familiar.
The original one for sure, and then over the years they've kind of molded it into something a little more iconic. But that first one, they just went down to a costume store and found a William Shatner mask and pretty much bleached it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's a great film. Halloween.
I love little tidbits like that. That's so interesting to me when they do shit like that.
And hang on, I have to bring my phone up for this one. The guy that played Michael Myers in the original,
yep.
Pretty sure he went on to direct lots of movies. Off the top of my head, I can't think of any. The Boy Who Could Fly, I think. Do you remember that one?
No.
You don't? Okay.
No. I did used to know quite a bit about him, to be quite honest with you, back in my sort of late teens, but I couldn't tell you these days anything about him. But I did know that he was he got around a bit.
Yes.
In a way.
Yeah, The Last Starfighter, The Boy Who Could Fly, Dennis the Menace, Major Payne, Mr. Wrong. He went on to direct a whole lot of cool
Major
things.
Payne? That's a great movie.
That's a fantastic movie. Oh, we used to quote that a lot.
Yeah, I still do.
Business is good.
How can you not love Wayans Brothers? They're so fucking funny.
Look, I'll take that comment lightly or that question lightly because I can take them in small doses.
I love them. I think they're hilarious.
And it depends on what generation for me. Like your Damon Wayans and your the Sean Wayans. When you get to the younger generations, I don't think they're as funny. I think
Damon Wayans Jr.
No, not really. I mean, he's okay.
Oh my gosh.
I've liked some things he's in, but I don't think they have an original bone in their bodies. Whereas the original gen of Wayans really, like Keenan Ivory Wayans, like the older brother that's directed most of their earlier films. Genius. In Living Colour, the TV show they had, phenomenal. And then, scary movie, but then after that, everything started to get watered down and generic. And then the kids of them came along with their own spin with Dance Movie and fucking 50 Shades of Black and all that kind of stuff. And it was
I mean, that kind of shit is I could take or leave. Like the original spoof movies, when you get down to it, the original sort of spoof movies that went off like the horror, like a Scary Movie and stuff, they were funny. Like they were funny. But when you get to those new ones, they're just dumb and they don't make any sense, and they're just there to make money and cash in because they can, because they're a spoof movie. But
that's what I associate with the new generation of Wayans. Like that's what they're doing. But
Damon Wayans
else?
Jr., I have to say, he's predominantly in TV that I've seen. So a lot of TV shows. And his improv skills are on point, and I can appreciate that. So
I'm one of the only people on earth that really loved Cop Out. Or Let's Be Cops, sorry. Let's Be
Cops with what's his name? Jake Johnson. Yeah, that was quite funny. Yeah.
I like that one a lot. Not many other people did.
Yeah, no.
What other trailers dropped? Did you see the Home Alone trailer?
I've been avoiding that one. I've seen it. Yeah, I've been. Yeah. Yeah.
What I'll give credit for this one, because I don't care one way or the other if this one gets made. Like, a lot of people are upset that they're doing a new Home Alone. To me, it's like, well, we're already 5 Home Alones in. What's the 6th one? Like, who cares? But what I liked about the look of this one is it's back to decent production value. It's not a cheap looking movie. It looks like it could be the original movie. Like, it's got a really nice production to it. And the kid looks okay in it. He's that fat British kid from Jojo Rabbit, the best friend.
I love him.
There you go. So he's playing the new, Kevin character.
Yeah.
And then there's some little Easter egg kind of teasers that original cast members sort of come back for little cameos and things like that. And
yeah.
But, look, it'll either suck or it won't. And it's on Disney Plus, so it's not going to cost us anything.
I've been avoiding it because it hasn't interested me in one way or the other, to be completely honest with you. I've felt kind of nothing about it, so I haven't been avoiding it because I don't want it to ruin anything. It's just,
so
it hasn't triggered me.
How far into the Home Alone sequels did you get, and how far did you go that you enjoyed before you sort of started to not like them?
The first 2, that's all I've seen, and that's all I'm willing to see, really.
That's all you're willing to see?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. See, for me, I go up to number 3 because I think 3 is really good. It's a strong movie. And then after that, just take with a grain of salt. They're not that great. But number 3 was written by John Hughes. So that has the appeal factor to me. Like, he wrote it as a genuine part 3, John Hughes the Great,
Mm-hmm.
So I do like number 3, and it's a different concept to the first 2. So I get a kick out of that. It just doesn't float a lot of people's boat because it's not Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah. Yep.
But that doesn't matter to me. But anyway.
Yeah, but that's you. You enjoy that kind of stuff, and that's your target.
You've got really low standards, Glenn.
You're easy to please. What's I wanted to ask you something. Has there been a horror movie that you've watched it, you've hated it, you thought it was so dumb and stupid, and then you've rewatched it a time later and you've actually enjoyed it?
There's too many to recall. Yes. Many times over, but I can't think of what any of them are right now, because I talk about on the show quite a lot movies I still hate, but I go back to all the time because I actually really want to like them. I don't know what it is about a movie. It's like
I do that.
There's something in there that appeals to me, and I go back and watch it, and I still turn it off at the same point or whatever. Like, I just can't get into it. And one of them being kind of a horror movie called In Dreams with Robert Downey Jr.
Okay.
And that was directed by Neil Jordan, who made Interview with the Vampire and The Crying Game and lots of great films.
Wow.
So I was really excited about it. And Annette Bening's in it. It's just terrible.
Yeah.
Awful. Yeah.
Yep. That's this is going to be really blasphemous, and I'm going to cop so much shit for this, but this is me and the Big Lebowski.
No, I get it.
I want to like it so, like, I want to. It's got everything that I would enjoy. Steve Buscemi, John Goodman, Jeff Bridges. It's got everything that I want in a movie, and I just can't. I don't know what it is.
I would say it's a damn near perfect film. Personally, I'm one of those.
A lot of people are like you and say that, yeah.
But at the same time, I am a massive Coen Brothers fan. So I think with a lot of their films, and we had this conversation, I think, on one of these videos, maybe about Fargo or something like that, where if you're not on board with the Coen Brothers, you're probably not going to get into their films that easily.
Yeah,
like, unless you're really.
I feel like I'm not with the Coen Brothers. Like, I'm pretty sure I enjoy quite a lot of their work. It's just this one movie that I want to like it, but I just can't.
Yeah.
I just can't.
Okay, it's fine. It's got a different. I guess it's got a different feel and flavor to a lot of their stuff.
Mm.
there was a spin-off / sequel that came out last year that John Turturro, who was in Big Lebowski, directed, and that was called Jesus or Jesus Rolls. All about his character. He was the the ethnic bowler with the bowling ball.
Yeah. He's the butler guy from Mr. Deeds with in the Adam Sandler movie. Yeah.
Very sneaky.
I want to touch your feet.
Yes, the foot fetish. I adore Mr. Deeds. We've had the conversation, I think, with Ben when we're doing the Hubie Halloween video.
Yeah, yep.
And we talked about all these Adam Sandler movies, and I said to Ben afterwards, I said, I didn't mention Mr. Deeds because I love Mr. Deeds.
It's a great movie. That is a really great movie.
Hands down, favourite moment in that movie, probably the funniest moment in that movie, when he gives the homeless guy a piggyback across the street, and the guy goes, "Thanks for the lift, Deeds." It kills me. It's not even that funny.
Oh God, I think I like the slapstick when he's going down the banister and he falls and he like smashes into like a table or whatever it is. That gets me. I like the slapstick of that.
There you go. That's a remake. A lot of people don't know that's a remake.
Yeah, I actually did know that was a remake.
Yeah, Mr. Deeds Goes to Washington. Good stuff. I think there was 3 or 4 Mr. Deed movies back in the day.
Yeah, really? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think, back in those days, you had your Ma and Pa Kettle and all these kind of these franchises that just spawn one after the other because they're just so popular. Sequels were huge in the 50s. The 40s and 50s is when sequels really boomed.
Yeah, and then
people just wanted
as
more.
you get towards like the 90s, they started remaking a lot of those movies as well.
Yep, totally. And now they're just remaking movies they made last year.
Yeah, I hate it. Absolutely
same
hate that.
same here. We are consensus on that one.
Yeah.
Here's a sequel for you that doesn't need to happen, but apparently is. They're doing Wog Boy 3.
Why?
I was scrolling Facebook the other day and Nick Giannopoulos popped up and he's like, "We're wrapped on Wog Boys Forever," they're calling it. And I'm like, oh God.
He's so much better than another Wog Boy movie.
I don't think he's that good. Come on,
he really is.
He's not. He's a one-trick pony. He's only ever beaten the same drum. He doesn't know any different. If it's not Wog humor, he can't do it.
But you can do so much with Wog humor. You can
But he doesn't though. He does the same thing. So he's not that much better than it because he just doesn't do anything differently.
He could be though. That's what I'm saying. He is, but he just won't be. Like, you know what I mean? Like
we don't know that because he hasn't shown any versatility whatsoever. So you've got Wogs out of work. You've got Acropolis now. You've got Wog Boy.
Wog Boy will probably. It's really it's close to kicking the castle off as my favorite Australian movie.
That's fucking atrocious, Chloe.
Love that movie.
No.
I can't remember laughing harder at an Australian movie than Wog Boy. And I don't know what it was about it. I fucking loved that movie. I did. I still do. I still really like that movie.
Classic Chloe response would be, "It's a movie."
Yeah. It exists. Yes.
Do we need Wog Boy 3?
No, we don't. No, we don't. No. We didn't even need a Wog Boy 2. Wog Boy 1 was perfection enough.
Throwing some fucking big words out. Perfection
when
enough.
He's at school and he's got his lunch and it's literally like spread out across the asphalt.
No, that's funny.
Funny.
It is funny, but like that's a joke he's done like 10 times beforehand.
You know probably why. I went to school with these people. I went to school with all of these people and like I can see it and it's like they're my favorite people because I went to school with BBQ Shapes and like some TikTok biscuits and a Vegemite and cheese sandwich, and they would come with this spread, and I would sit and eat with them, and it was just the best. And I don't know, I love it. I think it's great.
No, it is like that is a good joke. I just wish he wouldn't do that joke over and over again. Oh well.
Fair enough.
Anyway, yeah. So Wog Boy 3, get excited.
No.
Did you see the trailer for the new Batman?
Batman's kind of like James Bond to me. I haven't really seen any of them. I'm more of a Captain America type gal and a Spider-Man gal.
fair enough.
I didn't think you liked superhero movies.
No, I don't.
anyway.
Well, that's what I was going to lead into. I don't care one way or the other when it comes to superhero movies. But if I am going to enjoy one or two of them, they're usually in the Batman universe, and they're usually more serious and darker toned, less squeaky.
Yeah.
And this one does look pretty good. Kind of borders on that grotesque and horror kind of atmosphere.
So who is it? Ben Affleck?
No, this is Robert Pattinson.
Oh.
It's a whole new start.
I think I'm still kind of hung up on Heath Ledger's The Dark Knight Batman. That's the only one I've really seen, apart from the Arnold
trilogy,
Schwarzenegger one as well.
That trilogy, or more to the point, the first and second, so Batman Begins and Dark Knight, are two pretty near perfect superhero films as far as I'm concerned. This new movie looks like it's cut from that cloth. It's very similar.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Tone.
I actually wouldn't be. I'd actually be interested in watching him be Batman. I think he'd probably do a pretty good job, actually.
He looks all right. in it. There's a weird freeze frame someone or one of the studios has put up stills from the movie, and there's a freeze frame of him all angry. Doesn't quite look right. It looks really weird. But in the trailer he looks okay though. But before we wrap up, I was watching, don't ask me why, I was watching Studio 10 on the television the other day.
Mm-hmm.
It was the weekend. I was on the couch and had my laptop in my lap, and I'm working on the show. And Justin Long pops up, and they had an interview with Justin Long and his brother. How everyone should know that you're a huge fangirl of Justin Long, but they were talking about their new movie. You must be excited about that one.
I can't find it in Australia anywhere, and it's killing me.
Well, because it's not released yet. It's coming soon.
It is released. Got released in
Australia.
September. Oh, not in Australia. Oh,
Let me get a date
me.
for you.
Lady of the Manor.
Yes, that's right.
It's their first movie that they've directed, and it's got I can't remember her name again. New Zealand chick.
Oh
Not
yeah,
Judy
the chick from
Melanie Linsky.
That's it.
Melanie Linsky, Ryan Phillippe, Judy Greer, and it just looks phenomenal. And I'm dying to see it.
Okay, so no dates announced yet for streaming in Australia, but I've got another website I'll look up. Hang on a sec, just keep talking.
I don't understand why Americans do this. Why they release everywhere else in the world except for Australia? They do this a lot.
The Americans don't do that. Like, that's not how I would phrase it. There's a very long and complicated story on how distribution works and ownership in different countries and all that.
I don't care. I just want to watch the movie.
I mean, if you grew up, 10 years ahead of time like I did, because I'm older than you, we had to wait 2-3 years before we got movies that were in America previously.
Yeah, true. I guess we're just impatient, us millennials.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. Why is my portable computer not working? Anyway, I'll get back to you on
yeah.
that.
Give us an update.
All right.
But yeah, I'm super fucking pumped to see that movie. I am.
I know you are. That's why I brought it up. It does look quite good. It was a good interview. I'm sure you can probably watch it somewhere online or on there.
Oh, I've watched most of them.
No, the interview with that they did on the weekend.
Yeah, I didn't see that one, but I've seen most of the other ones. I am big fans of the Long brothers. Absolutely, I think they're very creative and very funny. So
yes,
two things that I am steered towards.
They are very genuine. I'll give them that.
Yeah, and they're very self-deprecating, which is something that I can relate to as well.
Yeah, totally. No, I'm on board with that. What else? I've pretty much run out of things to say. I did. Here's a weird one for you. It probably means nothing to you. Do you know James Gunn, who did Guardians of the Galaxy? And
I do. Yep.
There's another filmmaker called Charlie Kaufman, who back in the day made really weird films like Being John Malkovich and Adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
He's really weird. Together, at one point in time, they were making a remake of Gilligan's Island with a cannibalistic theme.
Ooh.
So Gilligan Island cannibal style. That sounds amazing.
As in like a movie or a TV show?
Movie. Fantastic. It's kind of like what the Blumhouse guys did last year with Fantasy Island when they turned it into a horror film.
Yeah,
so
that
this was
terrible.
Gilligan. It was okay. This is, Gilligan's Island, though, like with cannibals, that's fantastic. I'd definitely get behind that. I mean, Skipper's got to be the first to go, right?
Well, you'd assume so, or Gilligan would be too dumb to try and get away from a situation. But
He's not Moorish enough though. There's not enough there to eat.
yeah, true. That would be interesting. It would definitely grab my attention. The Fantasy Island one grabbed my attention. That's why I watched it, and also because I like Lucy Hale, so I watched it because she was in it as well. But that was terrible. I'm sorry, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, no, I thought that was a fun movie. Definitely, that one definitely played to a specific audience too. I think and I think Anyway, we won't go into that.
But yeah, no, that does sound interesting actually, and I do like James Gunn. I think he did a really good job with Guardians of the Galaxy, so that would be interesting to see.
Yeah, definitely. Go back and watch Slither. That's one that you need to get behind. And
I've seen the cover for that, and I don't think that's something that I can get behind.
Okay. It's fantastic.
Why would you think it was something that I would get behind?
Well, I know you don't do creepy crawlies. We established that last week.
And every week.
No, but like last week we definitely, because I brought up arachnophobia, so we established that.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But like slugs are not creepy crawlies; they're just slimy crawlies.
But like, still, I'm trying to find the actual.
It's an alien invasion movie. You're talking about the bathtub with all the slugs crawling into it.
Yes, that's the one, is it not? Yeah.
But that's not an image from the movie. Yeah. It's a very fun B sci-fi movie about an alien invasion. It's fantastic.
See, I'm worried about your idea of fun when it comes to these movies. To me, that doesn't look fun.
Well, it is fun. Like you need to look up this one because it's kind of like a remake of The Blob, a little bit of Critters. There's a very, very specific formula to these kind of. I call them alien invasion movies, but they're not that. It's like when a meteor crashes or whatever, and then it infects the town. So it is cut from the same cloth as Critters, The Blob, Arachnophobia. They're all the same kind of movie. Essentially, the plot's exactly the same in all of them, and they're fun.
Am I judging a book by the cover? Is that what I'm doing?
Bloody oath you are, because you got Nathan Fillion, who I'm sure you love.
I don't hate him.
He plays the sheriff. It is just such a wonderful movie, and images like that are just a teaser for horror fans to get them in.
It looks scary. Like it looks like.
How scary can slugs be? Come on.
Well, I know, but is it jumpy? Does it make you jump? Because
there'll be a few jumps. Look, I'm not gonna try and twist your arm to watch it, but
yeah, you are.
I'm not, because there's so many other movies I'd rather you watch first. But we'll leave it at that.
I'll think about it for you.
Watch the trailer. No, I don't want you to watch anything under duress. Like we're not about that.
It won't be under duress. You're opening my perspectives and my mind on things. You're trying to change my mind. And rightfully so, because creativity comes in all different types of manners, and I need to get out of my own head.
I will tell you the only issue I took with this conversation was you questioning why something like that would be fun. Because to me, horror is all about fun. No matter what kind of horror it is about fun. Like it doesn't matter the brand of horror. Horror fans go into it for the fun of it.
Just because I'm not a horror fan.
Yeah, I know. But that's what I'm saying though. Like, it's
fun doesn't really apply to it to me.
It's frustrating to a horror fan.
Oh, I can tell you're frustrated.
When somebody questions like, why would that be fun? I'm like, don't worry about it.
But it's like someone telling me that going on like a death-defying roller coaster is fun. That to me is not fun either. So like, fun comes in so many different ways, and like I get it, but I just wouldn't describe it like that myself. That's all.
So do you reckon with a roller coaster, it's a good analysis there, analogy I should say, because they're terrifying when you're in the line waiting to get on them, but as soon as you take off, they're fucking amazing.
I just don't enjoy them myself. Okay. I'm very boring. I'm so boring, and because what happens is all I think about is this whole contraption. It's gonna let go. I'm gonna die. I'm dying. Like in 20 minutes when I get on this ride, I'm dying. And then the whole time I'm on the ride, I'm about to die. And then I get off and I'm just like, I never want to do that again.
No, fair enough. Whereas I'm thinking, if you're gonna go in style.
Yeah. That's true. I guess I'd rather not know I'm going and just have it like over and done. How do we get onto this subject? But you know,
Slither. And on that, like we've run way over time, so we'll wrap it up. But don't ever watch House on Haunted Hill. One, it's a horror that you probably won't enjoy. But two, it starts off with a roller coaster that goes right off the rails. So.
Good point. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Final Destination 3, same thing.
Yep. Yeah, I had heard about the Final Destination.
Well,
Destination one.
That was a fun one. And you know, if anything, you know, we got to talk about Wog Boy 3. So worth it.
All worth it. All worth it.
Yeah. And I'm not going to do any quotes or imitations from the movie because, you know, you can't do that anymore.
Yes, you can.
Go on.
No.
See?